Jurassic World wasn't just about dinosaurs. It was about hybrids man was never meant to create. And let me tell you, this part blew my mind. Most people only remember Wu from the massive chaos of Indominus, but before that he was tinkering in secret, quietly proving he could bend nature itself. Back in 1997, while Jurassic Park was supposedly being cleaned up after all that disaster, Wu cooked up something called Caracosis wutana, better known as the Wu flower. Now here's what's crazy, this wasn't just a normal experiment. He mashed together multiple plant species, combining traits in ways no one thought possible, all based on theories from his book, The Next Step. Imagine walking into a greenhouse and seeing colors, textures, and smells that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. That's what Wu was doing in his lab, but what this really did was lay the groundwork. He wasn't just growing flowers, he was testing the limits of genetic manipulation, setting the stage for hybrid dinosaurs that would eventually defy all natural order. You see, Wu wasn't just a scientist, he was a pioneer, or maybe depending on how you look at it, a madman. And here's where it gets even stranger. Well, because this is where Wu really went off the rail. Around 2009, he created his first true dinosaur hybrid, and let me tell you, it was pure Frankenstein. They called it E750, later nicknamed the Scorpius Rex, and honestly, nothing in Jurassic history had prepared anyone for this. Imagine this, the muscle and body of a Carnotaurus, the raw power of a T-Rex, and the intelligence and tactical precision of a Velociraptor. But Wu didn't stop there. He spliced in tree frog DNA, giving it rapid growth, freakish healing, and the terrifying ability to reproduce asexually. Yes, it could clone itself without a mate. Then came the final horrifying twist, scorpion fish DNA. This gave the creature venomous, detachable quills it could shoot from its arms, neck, and tail, plus infrared vision from embedded snake genes. The result, a 26-foot long, 10-foot tall predator with jagged teeth, glowing red eyes, and a mind that couldn't be controlled. Even Simon Masrani, a man who funded Wu's wildest ideas, declared it too dangerous. Locked in cryogenic stasis, it was meant to stay frozen forever. But chaos on Isla Nublar set it free. It reproduced within days, hunting herbivores and predators alike, and ultimately it met its end in a violent clash with its own offspring, collapsing the old visitor-centered system in a storm of destruction. But wait, it's about to get way more shocking. Wu didn't stop with Scorpius. There were hybrids we barely saw, the ones cut from the films but still existing in the lore. Take Stegoseratops for example, a fusion of Stegosaurus, Triceratops, beetle, and snake DNA, giving it armored plating and stealthy adaptability. According to me, this could have been a nightmare to face in the wild. Why didn't we see it in the movie? Simple. The director wanted Indominus Rex to feel special, so Stegoseratops was demoted to a background Easter egg flickering on a computer in the Hammond lab. And then there were two more cryptic creations, a hybrid only partially visible with Margosaurus spines implying sauropod DNA and a ghoul pouch for food storage, and a Pachyphylosaur hybrid blending Pachyphylosaurus, unknown sauropod, cuttlefish, and tree frog DNA, the same genetic toolkit that would later inspire the terrifying Indominus Rex. Now here's where things got truly insane. The public wasn't satisfied with just dinosaurs anymore. By 2011, tourists wanted bigger, scarier, and louder, and Simon Masrani knew exactly what that meant. So on April 4th, 2012, Dr. Henry Wu got the green light to cook up what would become the most dangerous hybrid ever seen, the Indominus Rex. Let me break it down for you. Wu started with T-Rex DNA, giving her an immense bite force, enough to crush concrete and bulletproof glass. Then came Velociraptor DNA, boosting intelligence, problem-solving skills, and tactical hunting. She could test weaknesses, set traps, and even plan attacks. Giganotosaurus DNA, that added sheer size and dominance, making her even larger than a T-Rex. To top it off, Wu layered in DNA from Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, and Rugops, giving her natural armor capable of absorbing gunfire and physical attack. But the scary details didn't end there. He added Dinosaurus DNA, giving her hooked teeth designed to grasp and hold prey, Theosinosaurus DNA for slashing claws, and Cuttlefish DNA for camouflage, invisibility to the naked eye. Tree frog DNA master heat signature, while pit viper DNA granted infrared vision and jaw flexibility so extreme she could swallow almost anything. The result? A predator that killed for sport. She even cannibalized her sibling, leaving no rivals behind. When she freed herself from her paddock, she led a Carnotaurus as her alpha, hunted for fun, and didn't bother eating her kills. And in the ultimate showdown, Blue and Rexy teamed up, and with a little help from the Mosasaurus, they brought the Indominus down, a violent, chaotic end for one of Wu's most terrifying creations. And just when you thought Wu had reached the peak of his madness, here comes the Indoraptor. This wasn't just a hybrid, it was the ultimate weapon. Designed after the Indominus met its watery grave. Smaller, leaner, faster, and deadly precise, this thing wasn't built to be seen. It was built to kill on command. Here's the kicker, the Indoraptor could be directed by sound and visual cues. Point a laser, hit a high-pitched audio note, and it would hunt its target like a guided missile. Unlike Blue, there was no bonding, no empathy, and no moral compass. This creature didn't kill for dominance, it killed for pleasure. And let me tell you, it played with its victims, learning, sharpening, and enjoying the hunt. Wu's training methods were brutal, deliberately designed to harden their killer instincts. In a deleted scene hinted at in the novels, the Indoraptor even tricked a repair worker, broke a light bulb to lure him in, and played with his skull after killing him. Fast forward to the auction, this living weapon was set to sell for $24 million, and Russian mobster Anton Olaf won the bid. But of course, Owen Grady crashes the party, turning chaos loose. The Indoraptor kills the mercenary and goes after Claire and Maisie, prowling the manor like a nightmare made flesh. And just when it seemed unstoppable, Blue returned. In a climactic clash, she forces the Indoraptor through the glass, impaling it on an Jurassic skull, finally ending one of Wu's most terrifying creations.
It ain't my fault he ran right in front of my truck.
And here's one that's completely wild, the Mutadon. Left behind after the 2010 collapse of Isla St. Hubert, this hybrid wasn't just a leftover, it was a predator redefined. Imagine a Velociraptor fused with a Pterodon. You've got a creature that could strike from the ground and air, combining lethal intelligence with aerial mobility. Yet some variants got even crazier with two heads, one raptor, one pterosaur, like evolution itself had gone rogue. For 17 years, these beasts survived in the wild, adapting and climbing to the top of the predator chain. By the time humans returned in 2027, they had become apex hunters, ambushing velociraptors and attacking survivors at a gas station. Yet despite all that, they couldn't quite finish the job, showing that even these freaks of nature had limits. But still, like, just imagine running into one of these things in the jungle. And now the big one, the D-Rex or Distort, InGen's monstrous mistake. This thing wasn't just huge, it was twice the size of a regular T-Rex with 6 powerful limbs, forcing a gorilla-like hunched stance. Its bulbous skull even had a strange attraction to light, making it both terrifying and unpredictable. After the facility collapsed, the D-Rex ruled Isla St. Hubert like a nightmare. It attacked survivors, tore helicopters from the sky like toys, and killed Martin Krebs with terrifying ease. Unlike some hybrids, though, it wasn't the sharpest predator, which allowed clever humans to lure it away. Even so, this beast still dominates the island, waiting patiently for anyone dumb enough to stumble into its territory, and you know it's only a matter of time before it finds them. And let me tell you, there were even smaller, weirder experiments hidden away. On Hammond lab screens, you'd catch glimpses of unnamed, obscure hybrids. Some unstable, some never fully tested. These were the prototypes, the failed sketches that eventually inspired the Indominus Rex and other headline hybrids. Some fused multiple species just for combat efficiency, speed, or perfect camouflage. Like Wu was playing God with a twisted checklist of abilities. And you can see his obsession, the way he ignored nature's rules entirely, trying to rewrite rewrite life itself. You know what's crazy? Even these minor hybrids just glimpsed on a screen hint at the scale of Wu's ambition and how far off the rails he was willing to go. It wasn't just a movie plot, it was a warning about unchecked science.
No. Cut it out!
Now, here's the bigger picture. Every single one of Wu's hybrids broke natural rules, creating predators with no checks or balances. Escapes weren't minor incidents. They caused mass death, destroyed ecosystems, and demolished facilities. Even the hybrids humans thought they could control, like the Indoraptor, proved deadly and unpredictable. Repeated experiments showed a hard truth. Humans cannot contain what they aren't meant to control. Wu's obsession with hybridization created living weapons, not animals. And the lessons, they weren't just for Jurassic World, they foreshadowed a future where hybrid experimentation continues no matter the cost, leaving destruction in its wake. From the Wu flower to the Indoraptor, Dr. Wu's hybrids redefined Jurassic World. Science without limits led to chaos, destruction, and deadly lesson. Which hybrid terrified you the most? Comment below, hit like, subscribe, and join us as we explore more prehistoric horrors waiting to be unleashed.